Wake up to reality. Nothing ever goes as planned in this accursed world. The longer you live, the more you will realize that the only things that truly exist in this reality are merely pain, suffering, and futility. Listen. Everywhere you look in this world, wherever there is light, there will always be shadows to be found as well. As long as there is a concept of victors, the vanquished will also exist. The selfish intent of wanting to preserve peace initiates wars, and hatred is born in order to protect love. There are nexuses, causal relationships that cannot be separated.
Is that you, Hashirama?
Yes.
I guess that neither you nor I were able to achieve what we wanted.
It's never that easy. Our job is merely to do all that we can do while we're alive. It was far more important to cultivate those who would come after us, to whom we could entrust our dreams.
Which means I would have failed anyway. After all, I have always hated having somebody standing behind me.
When we were just kids, you once said to me, "We are shinobi after all. We never know when we might die." And you also told me that for neither side to die, both of them would have to reveal what's inside of themselves, hiding nothing at all, and to drink together as if they were brothers. But the both of us are about to die. So right now, we have a chance to drink together as old war buddies.
As war buddies? Huh? Well then, I suppose that would be okay. Bye.
You there, female medical ninja. You have it. His blood runs through your veins, doesn't it?
And what if it does?
Then I will take you down first.
Taking out a unit's medical ninja first is a well-established tactic. Surely you don't think we'd let you do something like that so easily?
You're wrong. The reason that she's first is that she's a descendant of Hashirama Senju. Your medical ninjutsu is only strong enough to defer death for what essentially amounts to a meaningless period of time. It's pathetic compared to what Hashirama Senju was. I once fought a battle against him, putting my own life on the line. Compared to that, this is nothing. Battle. You cannot use wood style. Your medical ninjutsu doesn't even come close to his. And most of—
And it is also true that I am a woman. A woman. But I am not a weak woman. Don't dare underestimate the will of fire!
Let it go. You've got to forget about revenge.
What?
Believe me, in this work I've met a lot of guys who feel the way you do. Trust me, for those who follow the path of revenge, it never ends well. You'll only tear yourself apart. And even if you succeed and you get your revenge, what will you have then? Nothing. Emptiness.
Shut up! What makes you think you know anything about it? It's easy for you to talk. You have no idea!
Easy. Just try to calm down.
Maybe if I was to kill the most important people in your life, everyone who's ever meant anything, maybe then I'd listen to you. Because maybe then you'd have some idea how I feel.
It's an interesting theory, but I'm afraid you're a little late to put it to the test. Everyone you're talking about has already been killed. I've been around longer than you have, kid, and I've seen my share of troubles. You're not the only one who knows what it's like to lose somebody. So, it looks like neither of us has led a charmed life exactly, have we? Still, we're not all that bad off. At least you and I have been lucky enough to find new comrades to help fill the void. Anyway, I do know how you feel. With the Chidori, you've been granted a gift of awesome power. It's not a power to be used against your comrades, or to seek vengeance. I think in your heart of hearts, you know what it's for.
You're still too weak. You don't have enough hate. And you know something? You never will. I'm always going to be there for you, even if it's only as an obstacle for you to overcome. Even if you do hate me. That's what big brothers are for. I have told you the whole truth. I won't have to, ever again. I have always lied to you and asked for your forgiveness while keeping you at a distance. Because I wanted to keep you out of this. But now, I think that perhaps you could have changed Father, Mother, and the rest of the Uchiha as well. If I had only come to you from the start, looked straight into your eyes and told you the truth, then I wouldn't have to stand before you as a failure, telling you all of this. But I want to impart at least this much truth to you. You don't ever have to forgive me. And whatever you do from here on out, know this. No matter what, I will love you always. You shouldn't judge people by their appearance, or by your own preconceptions. Self-sacrifice. A true shinobi does not set out to seek glory. They protect from the shadows. That is the mark of a true ninja. However powerful you are, don't take it all on yourself. Because if you do, you will surely fail. Never forget. Becoming Hokage isn't about getting people to acknowledge you. Only those already acknowledged will ever become Hokage. Never forget your friends. Every jutsu has a weakness. This jutsu's weakness and risk is simply me. I should have acknowledged and appreciated myself for the person I was. If I'd just done that, I never would have had to lie to anyone. To myself or to you. If you lie to yourself, how can you have friends or be trustworthy? In the end, all these lies will keep you from seeing your true self.
Well, that means our fates are sealed. Seems you and I are depraved and worthless.
Not true. We're both human, not fish. No matter who you are, you do not truly know what kind of man you've become until you reach the very end. He reminds me of the old me. But he can still forgive himself. First off, I should have acknowledged and appreciated myself for the person I was. If I'd just done that, I never would have had to lie to anyone. To myself or to you. If you lie to yourself, how can you have friends or be trustworthy? In the end, All these lies will keep you from seeing your true self.
You asked me why I'm doing all this. But even if I told you why, I doubt very strongly that the knowledge would change anything at all. But let's say that I take the time to explain it to you. What do you think would happen then? My goal is to fulfill the dream even Jiraiya-sensei was unable to achieve. What I want is to create peace and bring about justice. Oh, I see. That is noble of you. That would be justice. However, what about my family? My friends? My village? They suffer the same fate as this village at the hands of you, Hidden Leaf Ninja. How is it fair to let only you people preach about peace and justice? Once, the Land of Fire and the Hidden Leaf had grown too big. To protect their national interests, they forced feudal clans to wage war against each other, and profited from it. Otherwise, the people of the villages would have starved. As it happened, our little nation and its villages became the battlefield where the great nations waged their war. Each time they did, our nation was ravaged and laid to waste. After many such battles, the great nation stabilized, but our smaller nation suffered, and it barely recovered. You and I are both seeking the very same thing. We both want to achieve the peace that Jiraiya-sensei envisioned. You and I are the same. We're both motivated by our desire for peace and justice. The justice that I have delivered against the Leaf Village is no different from what you are trying to do to me. Everyone feels the same pain when losing something dear. You and I have both experienced that pain. You strive for your justice, and I strive for mine. We're both just ordinary men who have been driven to seek vengeance in the name of justice. And if one comes to call vengeance justice, such justice will only breed further vengeance and trigger a vicious cycle of hatred. Right now we live in such a cycle. I know the past and can foretell our future. It is the same as our history. So we believe that human beings simply cannot understand each other, and they never will. The shinobi world of ours is ruled by hatred, and hatred alone. So, Naruto, how would you confront this hatred in order to create peace? I want to know what your answer is.
I don't know. I don't have an answer.
In the shinobi world, it's not how you live, it's how you die. A shinobi's life is not measured by how they live, but rather it's measured by what they manage to accomplish before their death. And looking back, my life has really been full of nothing but failure. Continually rejected by Tsunade, unable to stop my friend, and unable to protect either my student or my mentor. Compared to the great and celebrated deeds of the Hokage, my actions are trifling, insignificant things indeed. I wish that I could have died like each of the Hokage. A tale is only as good as its final turn of events, the plot twist. And mistakes are an important part of the plot too. I've lived my life always believing that the lessons I learned are what honed me. I swore I'd accomplish a deed so great that it would obliterate all my failures. I'd die a splendid shinobi. At least that's how it was supposed to go. But this, my plot twist, my tale ending like this. The great Lord Elder prophesied that I would be the one to guide a revolution, a person who will make a great choice that will bring either peace or destruction to the world of the shinobi. I thought I would defeat pain, stop the Akatsuki, and save the world from destruction. But in the end, I failed that too. How pitiful. How sad that this will be the ending twist to the tale of Jiraiya the Gallant. What a worthless story it turned out to be. Never going back on your word, no matter what. And never giving up despite what the odds may tell you to do. Naruto, if that is truly your ninja way, then as your teacher, I have no business at all whining. Because as everyone knows, a student inherits his ninja way from his teacher. Right, Naruto? The tale of Jiraiya the Gallant. Well, now it'll end a bit better, I hope. The final chapter. I'll call it Frog at the bottom of the well drifts off into the great ocean. Just barely glorious, but glorious indeed. Now, I suppose it's about time I put down my pen. Oh, that's right. What should I name the sequel? I wonder. Let's see. The Tale of Naruto Uzumaki. Huh. Yes, that has a nice ring to it.
Sasuke said he was gonna sever his bond with me and become stronger, and that I could never understand his feelings. Hey, you were friends with Orochimaru way back, right, Pervy Sage? Why did he desert the village and decide to destroy the Hidden Leaf?
Orochimaru went through a profound change after both his parents were killed. And that's when he became obsessed with forbidden jutsu. I don't know if he was trying to resurrect his parents or to wreak vengeance on the village that he held responsible for their deaths. My parents weren't killed, so... Like you, I was accused of not being able to understand anything about him or his feelings. Perhaps he was right, and I didn't understand a thing about him after all. Even I'm able to see that there's entirely too much hate in this shinobi world of ours.
There's too much hate?
I've always wanted to do something about all of this hatred. I'm just not quite sure how to go about it as of yet. But I truly believe that eventually the day will come when all people will understand one another and live in harmony.
Boy, it sounds kinda complicated to me.
And if I can't find the solution to this problem, then perhaps I'll entrust you to find it instead. Eh, Naruto?
Yes, sir! I can't turn down a request from my master, can I, Pervy Sage? What? What the hell's so funny about that?
Your smile is my salvation, Naruto.
Huh?
I'm very glad I made you my student.
Yeah? You really are?
But I haven't given up on doing it myself just yet, you know.
Huh?
I still plan to change this world with my books.
With those books you don't sell, you mean?
Fool! They'll be bestsellers before you know it. And when the day finally arrives, I won't autograph your copies even if you beg me to.
I don't want your stupid autograph anyway. I don't want that anyway. 'Cause you gave me something much more valuable. Thank you.
It's not the one acknowledged by all, but the one who accepts all the hatred that is worthy of that title. And I eventually came to understand Itachi's feelings for his land and village. But my brother made one mistake. By leaving me, his little brother, alive, and being unable to hide the truth from me, he allowed the hatred to spread. However, I'm not like my big brother anymore. I have no father, mother, brother, not even a single member of my clan. Which means that I am alone. I alone can bear the weight of all the hatred in the world now. and I alone will deal with everything personally. I will handle all of the shinobi problems. I shall also dispense all judgment and punishment. I'll concentrate all hatred upon myself, and bring every single village under my control. Hatred inside darkness can't be destroyed. And so I'd rather... To me, the Hokage is someone who uses his own flame to sear away the darkness of the 5 villages, and then keeps on living by eating the ashes. It doesn't matter what any of you think of me. And besides, I have the power now to control it all. With revolution, the villages will no longer have to bear darkness. I will become the one and only darkness. I'll dispose of the deep darkness of the past, and build a pure white future from scratch. I'm cutting ties with all past mistakes and doubts here and starting anew. I'm going to begin by cutting you down. Your blood will be the last that I shed, in the memory of my late brother. My view of being Hokage stands as my response. Itachi's life path led me to this answer. In order to protect the land of fire and the village, he sacrificed his clan and himself. So I first needed to know why. What is this land and village that he would go so far to protect? The previous Hokage said that the village is a framework created to stop the slaughter of many clans and children. A framework that was supposed to lead to peace. Itachi was trying to sustain that peace all by himself. That's what I finally came to understand. Suffering in darkness as a criminal and traitor to land and village. He was a shinobi who took on all hatred and protected the land of fire and the Leaf Village from the shadows. I feel that he was the true Hokage.
She decided to die at the hands of someone she loved, to protect the hidden leaf. No matter what words you say, to me, the you who could not protect Rin is an imposter. To me, Rin is someone not meant to die. So the dead Rin is also an imposter. Rin is only Rin alive. The shinobi system, the village, shinobi themselves, they created these circumstances. What caused me to despair is this world itself. This counterfeit world! Look at me! There's nothing in my heart. I don't feel pain any longer. There's no need to feel guilty, Kakashi. This hole was opened up by this world of hell. I only had pain inside here before, but really, what's the meaning in that? So I abandoned it all. Meanwhile, you have suffered all this time at Rin's grave, and mine as well.
Each of us lives, dependent and bound by our individual knowledge and our awareness. All that is what we call reality. However, both knowledge and awareness are equivocal. One's reality might be another's illusion. We all live inside our own fantasies.
Let it go. You've got to forget about revenge.
What?
Believe me, in this work I've met a lot of guys who feel the way you do. Trust me, for those who follow the path of revenge, it never ends well. You'll only tear yourself apart. And even if you succeed and you get your revenge, what will you have then? Nothing. Emptiness.
Shut up! What makes you think you know anything about it? It's easy for you to talk. You have no idea!
Easy. Just try to calm down.
Maybe if I was to kill the most important people in your life, everyone who's ever meant anything, maybe then I'd listen to you. Because maybe then you'd have some idea how I feel.
It's an interesting theory, but I'm afraid you're a little late to put it to the test.
Don't try to do everything by yourself. You are stronger than before. You have much more power. But as a result, you seem to have lost sight of something extremely important. You must remember, you know why the people of the Leaf Village stopped hating and fearing you. You know why they accepted you as one of their own. It's because you showed them that you understood them, and you fought for their acceptance. You just said everyone who cares about you helped you get where you are. If you forget about everyone else because you now have power, you'll become
Initiates wars, and hatred is born in order to protect love. There are nexuses, causal relationships that cannot be separated.